And just because we won't be playing doesn't mean we can't have the music.
Arkham Horror.
Oh man. So yes, I signed a bit earlier. Just to kind of like have things set up a little bit. Oh man.
Do you spell it correctly? Innsmouth.
Yeah, no, we had a nice chill stream earlier. We're gonna go for another like nice chill stream. So like I in this kind of taking a day off today, very much.
Being busy with probably something else.
Yeah. So like, which is fair enough. Like, can't expect everyone to be around every day. So yeah, like me and Sado kind of like decided, because like, we were going to start the Innsmouth campaign off a bit. Wait, are you streaming? Yeah.
I just started technically, but I'm gonna mute in a second.
Yep. So like, what? Yeah. Like.
Don't worry.
I'll do the explanation.
Alright then. Well, there you go. Hello, I'm here now. Let's make sure game cache stables up. Yes, it does. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, so me and Sado did decide that, we would be starting this week. A little bit differently. So Sado kind of like agreed with the idea I had. We're going to start with a fan-made scenario. What this is basically going to be, it's one of Terenseth's scenarios. We're going to start off the Innsmouth in there just to kind of give us a week buffer. So because obviously the whole of Innsmouth isn't out yet, and we kind of like caught a little bit in this kind of like grey area, not too sure what to do. So we're going to be starting off with a fan-made scenario, and that is going to be our first go into the Innsmouth conspiracy. With so yeah. Which is going to be an odd way to do it, but it'll be interesting.
The whole story has not written yet.
Yeah. So also we have got a side mission in mind. We will probably look at doing towards the end of, well, like not the end of the campaign, but towards the end of the campaign. Just in case we get to the final few and it's still not being put onto Tabletop Simulator. So, because it's at the start of, it's near enough like the start of each month. The start of next month and the start of the month after, that the final two are going to be released, and it will take a little bit while after they've been released to be put onto Tabletop Simulator. That is what we're dealing with. So we know we'll need that first week buffer. And at the moment we've now got a 2-week buffer, because we're not going to be starting this week, and then we're going to be starting next week, but not with the Innsmouth campaign. So we should be able to kind of like get there when everything's been released. So we are going to also be loading up when the next scenario comes through. We are going to be loading up because we want to have a look at like the cards that have been added and any of the extra leaked cards that have been added as well, just so that we can kind of keep up to date with our decks. Because that's going to be the main thing. Because most of the things, now all the player cards are going to be upgraded player cards now. So all the level 0 stuff is pretty much already out. If there's one or two level 0 cards that we've kind of like been released beyond, then we will kind of like use our best judgment at the time, just to kind of like see if it would have been worth it to put it in at the beginning or not. So, but like, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. I don't think we'll come to something like that. I don't really think there's going to be any level 0 cards that are going to be released in the last two scenarios. I don't see that happening. But yeah, like this week we're just going to build our decks.
Yep.
And then I've got a couple of things to say for about what the rest of the what we'll be doing after Innsmouth ends. So because I've got a bit of an update from Terran himself, so which is going to be interesting.
Indeed.
I think we just kind of like waiting on Mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Mark is.
So like Mark should hopefully be coming soon. Coming soon to a tabletop surfer near you.
There is been conspiracy near you.
But I mean,
Come
what
on,
we
Marky
can
boy.
do is if we like.
Oh yeah, neutrals. Yeah, he just put them down.
Yeah. So we're going to just.
Okay, and if you recall, it should be fine, right? Because it's all copied.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay. Just thinking.
And then we can like.
I mean, technically, we're not going to be using upgraded cards. We could just use the other side.
Yeah, that's what I am going to be doing. But like if we. You know, we can just literally.
Alright.
So, and then. So I'm gonna make it so that we don't have to like press recall or place. Oh. Are you lagging as well?
Just saying how it's going. Yeah, it definitely feels a bit laggy in a way. Oh, disconnected.
Yep, I've
Tapped out.
crashed. I have crashed. Well, that was interesting.
Hey, Mark is here.
Hey, Mark.
Hey there.
Hi, Mark.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Not much.
We've had our first class. Surface back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Ian's not gonna be joining. He's having some family time. So what we've decided, Mark, is we'll take our time today, build our decks, have a bit of a look at what we want to do. Ian is quite happy with any investigator. Even with our swap that we do, he's quite happy to be swapped with anything. He really doesn't care what investigator he decks. We're just kind of like setting this up so that we don't have to. I'm going to save because this is where we crashed earlier. So let me just overwrite that one.
You don't have to like copy everything, just like copy and pause sometimes.
Well, it makes things a bit
Faster.
yeah.
But also unstable.
Do you really
Just do it.
think I care about unstable? Also, why isn't this like saving? Ah, there we go. There it is. So we go. Okay.
Okay. If you're not dead yet, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Then
good?
we
Okay.
can just place out the rogue ones. When we. So we'll copy and paste the thing. Yeah. These guys. You for there. Oh, can you fix them for me? Please.
I'm just gonna put this all down here.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then there we go.
So is this
Right.
everyone?
Yeah, I am going to just. Yep, that's everything. I'm going to overwrite the save. Again, just so that you don't have to rely on the auto save. As people know, the auto save it'll be terrible at times. So yeah, so me and Shadow have like, oh, the music went off as well. There we go.
Yeah, because
Me
there
and
you go.
Shadow have already got a bag filled with our random investigators. So we will deal out to everyone, and then we deal.
Oh boy.
Well, Iron has got Silas. Remember, we will be allowing a swap.
Dexter.
Did you want to swap with Iron?
Sounds a bit one.
Because I
I
know
need to figure about this.
Well, I'm thinking if you want to swap with Iron, I will swap with you. Because I've got Amanda.
What did you say?
You said you wanted Amanda.
Something that could be more interesting to do. Because of the way she works. But I don't want to play Dexter, so yeah.
So, and then I'll take Silas.
I'll take Amanda then.
There we go. Cool. Yep, and then I am taking all of his stuff.
So my sister Mary's out of the game. Okay.
So yep. So we found out, Mark, replacement does not mean what replacement means.
What does it mean then?
When choosing between the things, you can either have like, you can either you can have like one of left bonuses and one of their weaknesses, or both.
But yeah, you can just bloat your deck and get both.
Mm-hmm. They've used the wrong word. So this has been something that's been like hotly discussed about in the LCG servers, in the Discord Arkham servers, etc. It's quite a bit mad. It's like, what the actual hell? But yeah. So with our brand new knowledge tellies, I am going to be playing. I'm going to be using both because
Why not?
well, like
That's a
he's
good card.
yeah, like Nocturnal Prowess and Dreams of the Deep definitely help with his harpoon and net. So
There you
it's
go.
just like what? Yeah, I was trying to like find the trying to find like the place where it said, but I think it's like quite a bit far back. Yeah, so
Alright,
I'm gonna use his normal thing. I like the look of normal Silas compared to Primary Silas. Primary Silas just looks like he's trying too much. So yeah, so I kind of just want skills mainly with Silas.
Så det skill that shit before I commit a card, but if I can't if able to discard it when test dice. Yep. Cool.
So the only problem I'm gonna have mainly is will. So I'm going to take one sale price.
Ton of actions first. Six save just.
Now that is a question. Do we want a backpack to try and set our harpoon and net? Probably, to be honest. Yeah, we don't want, because the upgraded backpack is gonna be worth it. So like having a level 0 backpack.
After you drop to do your turn.
So now my okay, that innate skill is level 0 to do.
Hold on. Adversarius start of his investigation phase. So investigation phase.
So we'll have a look at the effect next. So defiances are definitely going to be useful. Like having to do, so we can get them up to level. We can then
only if you're
upgrade
not
to a
engaged
level 2
with
defense. Fearless.
block.
Don't think Fearless would really be worth it. I've taken it before in the past with Silence, but hey Mark.
It's the fun section.
Mark just saw 2 copies of Quick Thinking going into my little parlor. It's just like, hi!
Yeah, you and Solace.
I can actually take, guys, I can actually take Cunning.
Right, cutting. Now you have found more resources you can gain soon.
Oh, man.
Innate, because innate cards. Boy. Have you turn your practiced. Oh.
Right, now interesting thing about daring. Commit only to a skill test during an attack or a phase in attempt against an enemy. That enemy gains retaliate and alert for the duration of this skill test. After this test ends, draw 1 card. That doesn't need to stay committed. It continues to have retaliate and alert. And after the test, you draw 1 card. It doesn't say that it needs to be committed into it still. As like Business Blow says, you know, if this skill test is successful during an attack, that attack deals +1 damage.
Need to practice.
So we'll take 1.
I think I could take Dead Full. Don't know why would I do it.
Steadfast as well will help us a bit with our will.
In practice, it stands to skip the charge or secret and control.
A Eureka.
Oh.
We mind.
What? Oh.
Allows, so I've got 13 skill cards so far that aren't my normals. So we're never going to make use of last chance. Because we want cards in our hand.
Fortune blessed.
So, enabled bodied will help. Resourcefuls are definitely going to be usefuls. Gonna take 1 take heart. I've normally took 2 take hearts, but they've not been really useful. We'll take a predestined as well, because that will be. Then we can take North Alpha. Now, I'm assuming, because of the nature of this campaign, you guys are going to be taking Blessed and Cursed stuff, right?
Yep.
I really wish Silas could take Vicious Blow. Yep, so do I, Terran, don't worry. Silas with Vicious Blow. It's beautiful, but I am definitely going to be decked in 2 brute forces. Think that will make up for it.
I just realized Jim Darius is going to be like, what? I have always something to commit.
Yeah, when I played Amanda, I took all researches, but I really only found it Dream Diary was like the most useful. The glyphs weren't.
It's still nice to have.
They're
around.
okay, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
Strange Solutions are a bit.
It's I mean they're always depending on situation, but sometimes you want to like.
So,
yeah,
but yeah, like the
must.
definitely like Dream Diaries for Amanda were just like, oh. Right, so other assets I want. Now this is the thing, do I want to go on my own? Do I want an on your own?
If you don't have cards in your hand, don't know if I have.
To be honest, no. Because we kind of want Peter. If we get Peter, then that is our horror soak.
Oh, the legend, the boy.
Getting a practice as well will help. And we kind of do want a couple of keep phase for you guys.
Mhm.
Improvised weapon, like living learns and luckies as well would be nice to have.
I might be going through it quite quickly, so might as well have one of these. Mr.
Waylays as well would be. So actually, do we want luckies and living learns?
Yes. Assistant.
Because thinking about it, as long as we keep committing, we're going to be wanting to commit quite frequently anyway, and we can just take back our skill cards. And that is Silas's whole thing. So how many? 22. I need 30. So definitely 2 waylays. We'll take 1 improvised weapon and 1 improv barrier. And then yeah, and then these as well. And that is a deck of 30. Yeah, I don't really think I am actually going to say we are not going to do luckies or live and learns.
This one is interesting. I want to make this work. Because hold on, glyphs. Wait, glyphs use charges or secrets? Or does it really matter? There's some things that does matter. Use secrets. Secrets. A lot of good things use secrets.
So Defiance you definitely want, quick thinking you definitely want. Having an opportunities. Defiance works great for... Yeah. No, this is what I'm saying. Defiance definitely. You don't take Defiance with Silas, and then don't talk to me. It's like Defiance is really... It's quite... Especially the upgraded Defiance, it is quite overpowered. Because you commit it in, it immediately cancels all story tokens. You refill the story token, it's cancelled. You take back Defiance, it's still cancelled, and boom, you've still got it.
Okay, now I need to start. Just discard. Wait, Cryptic Grimoire. What does that do?
We've got to say your prayers just in case. His thing is with Silas, he doesn't have too much. He's got very weak sanity and very poor will. So Steadfast will help him with will power test, and say your prayers is just a backup.
I choose all one more. Oh.
He's big fighty fade, so the waylays will help. Matsus and Peter will definitely help. Peter, I think Peter is going to be really the only ally we really want.
Or when you play an instant event during the turn, 27 gets fast. Fine.
Peter's really going to be the only one we really want. Right, there are a couple of other assets we do want with Silas when we start upgrading. One of them is going to be try and try again. This try and try again is going to be absolutely fucking hilarious. Because that also allows you to bring skill cards back. So backpack searching him for a harpoon on net and also our tracksuits potentially. You definitely don't need 2 backpacks. An inquiring mind. To be honest, no, one inquiring mind would definitely help. Yeah. Full understanding can definitely help with a little bit of clue gathering. We're not going to be. We're not really designed for clue gathering. Sinus clues. What are they?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be quite good on clues. You got Trish and Amanda. We'll need to think about combat.
Survival. Oh, don't worry about combat.
Mm-hmm.
Survival instinct level 0 version I don't really like, but the upgraded is definitely quite powerful.
Oh god. One more spell. Yeah, this is gonna be needed.
No, I think that is a pretty decent deck.
24 cards.
Now, the one problem people might have with my deck is what, 4, 8, 16, 17, 18,
Excessive defense penalties is a great episode shadows.
21 skill cards.
And spin.
21 skill cards and 3 assets. And then 6, wait, have I counted correctly? I don't think I have I?
What?
No, 21.
What did I say?
21. 2, 4, 6 events, 3 assets. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of skill cards. You don't normally see this amount of skill cards in a deck. But Silas loves his skills. His whole thing is
Don't
skill
blame me.
cards. So now we do have his harpoon in net, and those are pretty much the only weapons that we'll ever really need. So that is where most of our money is going to be going. I am just thinking if I do want a drawing thing. That is the only thing I'm thinking of. If I want a drawing thing.
12 more spell. That's gonna be stupid.
Oh. I just thought. Without Sister Mary, we're gonna struggle a little bit on doing Blessed.
Mm-hmm. Because an event.
So, Chris, will you be tempted to get Eye of the Jinn?
Oh, wait, what's the league cards again? Just curious. Probably nothing. Yeah, upgradable. Eh,
I think we do go
No.
for a drawing thing. Because we will need the money.
nothing.
It's going to be really our only money generation apart from take off.
Right, let's put a cast. Just had a quick glance. Bold. Yeah, I don't see how I'm gonna be really going for blessed tokens. Ugh.
Yeah, like... I mean, there is a way out, or there is... Like, Eye of the Jinn can still be useful, even if it's a bag full of, cursed. Because there is also Lucky Penny. Lucky Penny basically makes you flip a coin every time you reveal a curse or a bless token. If it's heads, it's a blessed. If it's tails, it's a curse.
Check some. And toe and.
If you
Which
add
magic
Jessica later, you could use her and Pete together to balance the new survivor spell to add blesses. Oh yeah, there's also...
Maybe one or two.
Actually, yeah, we should be fine for blessed generation as well. Because there is also...
Eventually.
Oh, is it in the...
Favor of the.
No. No, it's a...
That's not it. Which card are you looking for?
Here we are. Spirit of Humanity.
Kill damage, no horror. Okay, yeah. That's a bit of extra blessed.
Yeah. You can get a bit of extra bless. It will kind of like sap away my life force a little bit, but...
Yeah, that's the idea of this. It's either you heal yourself or that get cursed
Use
and
her
then.
and Pete. Is Pete... Oh, yeah, Jessica. Oh, yeah, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, yeah. Yeah, Jessica, Pete, and Spirit of Humanity. Because remember, Jessica Hyde is the damaged version of Pete.
Okay, I recognize myself. I want the laser then.
So yeah. So her and yeah. So with that in mind, I don't need to take faith. Keep faith even. Don't need to have to keep faith.
Do you have a place to beneath?
So we need that money. That money generation. Need surviving needs money because the net and the harpoon, even though they're not really that expensive, they can come back to the hand to return all skills that you committed while using this.
I got fortune bargains. It's always nice.
Yeah, we know Curse is gonna be fine, okay, Mark? We knew that
Yeah.
was gonna be fine.
Buddy, there's a reason I'm also gonna try Encrypted Grimoire. That's gonna be God knows if that's gonna go.
Have you seen the upgraded Cryptic Grimoires?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's definitely interesting the way it works.
Yeah, like thank you for the call out, Tony.
Whoa.
I didn't
The
think
hell?
of Jessica as well. I mean, we'll definitely want
Mm.
one charisma. Jessica in Spirit of Humanity. It's a shame this isn't a permanent.
Strange.
Did you imagine?
That we shouldn't have during the endurance. Yeah. It's damage soak and it also gives me more strength.
Well, Jessica, as Terence pointed out, with Jessica, Peter, and Spirit of Humanity, I can just keep
You
adding
can.
in 2 blessed.
Yeah, you
each
can
turn.
just keep damaging them both and you just like keep making blast.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
we're not, we don't, because we're a survivor, we're not going to be using the arcane slot.
So Spirit of Humanity is just like, yep, might as well grab it.
And nice and cheap as well.
Okay. Oh.
1, 2 copies of it and use one to hurt, one to heal, and add both blesses and curses. That's actually a good call out. Yeah, don't worry about blessed and curse.
We'll just let bodies deal with that, I guess. Okay.
The Chaos King is coming back.
Oh god. Fear everyone.
So yeah, it gets like this. Because in Crime Remind, I will probably definitely like swap out later. True Understanding, I'll swap out later. Daring might be swapping out later as well. And then Dexter runs the Paradoxical Covenant for auto successes. Well, it kind of like depends what, because like obviously Ian isn't here to do deck building with us. But Ian is aware that we are doing deck building now. So he'll be doing deck building in his own time. I am going to be sending him a message saying, yo, you, by chance you got Dexter. It wasn't planned that way, but you got Dexter. So I assume Mark was okay with Triss anyway.
To be honest, I had a blast last time I played her.
Ah, cool. So yeah. So I think my deck is pretty much okay. Like I say, it's a little bit scary if you're new to the game, etc. If you've just started playing, this deck will probably seem crap.
spell eventually.
because it is
and
21 skill cards. But survivors never really like to play with the rules very well.
6.
They will bend and break them as much as they can. Silas does it in a very interesting fashion. He loves his skills. Like, he gets to bring back your skill test after revealing the chaos token, saving your skill card. So if you've overcommitted,
Wait,
boom, bring it back. You don't commit
no, I
it.
don't want this actually.
Or if you've
No, I don't want this.
undercommitted, then boom, bring it back, save it. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I would fail anyway. Like, oh god, the auto fail is here. I'll just take back this skill card I committed. And then the Zelda effect is committing the skill card from the discard pile and then returning it to your hand. It's pretty powerful.
Who has that card?
Yeah, so the drawing thing is pretty much only really going to be there for getting our resources. Don't think we really need to worry about cards too much because we've got other things to draw cards for us. And I should always have something to really use anyway. And the backpack is going to be the primary thing for getting our signatures. And I don't want to 1-2 take cards. There's a couple of times where the take cards have just been too ridiculous.
Actually,
One is
care
going
about
to
this.
be enough.
We're doing searched.
And I think Terran will also understand why one will be enough for Silas.
God, it succeeds. Oh god.
Right. So yeah, so once everyone's done, we can kind of like, you know, go around and talk about what we put in our decks, what we kind of like hoping for the decks, what kind of hoping for the campaign, etc. I can send that message to Iron. Oh man. So, and then yeah, towards the end we will discuss what is going to be. You only need one because every time you commit it, you'll pass the test accidentally and put it back. No, I've had quite a few issues with 2 take cards before in the past. It's just been like annoying.
Something.
I've been having to get rid of quite a bit.
Yeah, something for later.
Yeah, Dreams of the Deep can be a bit of a brutal thing. Oh yeah, yeah, it's a good thing you're Amanda, because like otherwise we'd have to point out this road card to Mark. Like, Mark,
That's what it means.
come up here and see, and look at Justify the Means.
Oh, I want it.
Oh, it's one nice card.
Make committed to any type of test, isn't it? You can still commit it to me.
Yeah, like that with Amanda. It's gonna be beautiful.
Let's gimme.
I did see, because I was looking through.
Wait, what happens with this? Computers only to a skill test from an ability printed on a scenario card. If this is the skill test, so it's common upload the location. Skill test from an ability printed on a scenario card. So, an ability printed on a scenario card. I'm just trying to remember how this works exactly, true understanding.
Scenario cards are basically actor, gender, locations, and encounters.
So if I do
No.
like basic investigation on a location, I'm sure the standing would go fine.
No.
I know like that, okay.
No, because that's not an action printed on the scenario card. That's a normal investigation.
An action you're using.
Yeah.
So if it's an action that is on a card.
Yeah, it's basically an action that you're using on the thing, yeah.
On a card, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Faye. So reveal during the stats, you may return Faye to your hand when it's stats. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wait, is reveal during a skill test? Eh? Hold on, how does that gonna work? It's a skill card.
Yeah, scenario cards are anything other than the player cards. But yeah.
That combos really well with it. Favor of the Moon.
Yeah. Like, if a curse token is revealed, you may return Fae to your hand when this test ends. So, like, you'll get a +2 wild, 1 will. A curse token pops up, still committed, and then after it ends, you bring Fae back to your hand.
As we start our skill test, you perform commit to the card, but if I'm shop, if able,
and yeah, Faith of the Moon, you can literally just, you know.
Oh yeah, because you can do that on
Get a curse token out and go, hello! And then the, also the Seeker's, false, covenant. Like, it's a +1 and goes back to the Chaos bag. But yeah. I might actually deck Jacob Wilson. I'm not too sure. That'll be something I have to think about.
What I basically need to think about Amanda is that she's gonna be getting a lot of cards, so I might actually consider. How good is Forbidden Tomes?
Oh, Forbidden Tomes, nah, not worth it.
That's what I'm basically gonna double check.
The only people they're really worth it for is Harvey. Which, you know, makes sense. I think that's really about it, because not many other people will be able to get like a load of cards successfully.
Yeah, because Harvey basically.
Harvey is the He's
But
card drawer general.
mm-hmm.
He just decks off on drawing his entire fucking deck.
Yeah.
Like, if a person ever wants bloody versatile for the increased deck size, oh god.
Yes, after investigation, I think it shots on one card, so take shots one card.
His Vault of the Knowledge as well, it increases his hand size by 2, and after successfully investigating, he can exhaust it to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to draw.
Yeah, because of how his hand size works.
Yeah, he's insane with it.
Because that's technically what I'm also doing. I'm always drawing one additional card basically at the investigation phase. AKA, I'm going to be drawing 2 cards.
Well, kind of, because one card does have to. It's basically replacing the card that you're going to be putting under.
Well, yeah, in a way.
So,
You do still go through the deck faster than us, though.
Yeah,
oh
twice
yeah,
faster.
because he does draw 2 cards each time. But
And then I always commit 1.
yeah, that I don't really think the tones are going to be worthwhile.
Yeah, just not enough.
It's a lot of effort to really kind of like do as well, because it's 10 secrets that you've got. Well, no, it's 5
Yeah.
secrets that you've got to spend. And you've got to be 10 or more cards in hand after the last secret is
constantly.
spent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
It's
that's
definitely
like
enough.
5 turns as well, because you have to exhaust it. So I don't really think it'll be worth it. And
I always found it so hard to actually get the quest done.
for Harvey, it's simple. And that's really the person they brought it out for, because it is Harvey's starter deck that the Forbidden Tones are in. It's pretty much simpler for Harvey. Anyone else kind of struggles a little bit and has to do a lot more than the card wants you to really do it. And then the payoff for it as well. It's 4 actions and it gets reduced for every 4 cards in hand, for all 3 cards in hand. Which most people aren't gonna have unless you did like 2 Studiouses at the very beginning and the book's been in your opening hand.
It's more like I've been wondering how many. Give me a second.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Like, sorry to kind of like sit in your parade, Sado, but
No, don't worry.
it's really not worth it for you.
I know, it's just hard.
You definitely want your Dream Diaries.
That's a priority, I know. I was just thinking like what else could be done, because I'm gonna be basically like drawing cards 24/7. So
The only thing is you don't draw on your turn.
yeah, that's basically what the only sad part is.
Yeah, because otherwise
It's just drawing constantly, but I can't really get a card which like what is it? This Cryptic Rising, for example.
Yeah,
which I would like to have, but it's just
yeah.
But I don't want to keep drawing even more cards for because I'm already could be getting quite a bit. Especially cast it can be also committable with a subconscious power. It's always good. So in this case, I might as well just grab some more additional healing. I think I have much. Ooh,
Bless you.
thank you. I do have logical reason, so I have healing.
You got Nonce's power?
Yeah, especially with the many books,
Uh,
the tomes and spells, definite.
Truth and fiction?
That's, I mean, it's something that is good maybe to have later on, I would say. When you
No.
get your glyphs upgraded and
No.
other stuff. Secrets on acid control. On which
Remember
acid
your
then?
glyphs.
Place to discard, place on resource as a secret. Because you place them as a secret. Fair enough.
Truth and fiction? Like, yeah, I got you,
Just
bro.
help
Don't
that.
worry.
In that case, you know what I'm gonna put these cards back.
Wait, which cards?
And Rhapsody. I was actually thinking like going like secrets and with this deck. I'm thinking like I wanna go like secrets, commit cards to give you more secrets and such.
Yeah, Win
I'll need to
is
think about
pretty
it.
nice.
I need to think about what else to maybe chill.
Oh, look, he's got the Colt Lexion.
A bit of damage. But also because I'm going through the deck quickly, I can get it out quickly. That's basically what I'm thinking about the Lexicon. My weakness is I have to commit this, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
So it's -1, which is not the end of the world.
Medical text?
A bit of damage healing, maybe. This one is a maybe. I don't know about that one. God, it depends who else has like damage soak and then damage healing. But then it's gonna be taking my time, which I'm not actually a big fan of. That's true. That's how I feel about it.
It's like, remember your base stats themselves?
Not the greatest.
Yeah. So you're not always going to be guaranteed that you can commit what you need. It's a bit more commonplace for law, yeah, but I would still.
Mostly law and will.
Yeah.
Evading and strength, nah. Mainly, of course, law. That's what most really cares about. It's like the biggest one is gonna be like promise of power. Just like, yep, all right, +4. Thank you, get me out of here. Like I have some damage depending on how the situation goes, but I'll probably gonna be going for the
I've never really been too much of a fan of medical text, really and truly.
That's yeah, because it takes your time and such.
Yeah, and like I say, it's a test as well, and if you fail it, you whack the person you're trying to heal over the head with the book. It's like,
Get it out.
Like for Daisy, it's not too bad because he gets
Oh yeah,
instant
because she's
action
got so
for
many
book.
space, and then she can do other
Yeah.
things.
So like for Daisy, not too bad. Other people, it's a bit meh. Caroline Fern, it's not too bad because he's definitely like more of the support, but it's still a little bit meh in my opinion.
Agility. I feel like I'm fine on the committing stuff. Just going down maybe
Yeah, your dream diaries will definitely, yeah.
That's like the main like asset, really and truly. Okay,
Right.
that's gonna be a bit of damage.
I
I've
played a
got plan
campaign with
damage.
Iron when I was playing Amanda, and I made him disgusted because my dream diaries were upgraded, and I just kept having the dreams committed. It's like it's like
I mean, why
make sure
not?
you've always got one in your hand. You'll be fine. This
Exactly.
start of investigation phase, you draw a card, you discard the first dreams, which goes off to the side, and then you place down your second dreams, and then at the beginning of your turn, the first dreams comes back to your hand. You're just like, it's fine,
Yeah, no
Mark.
worries.
It's fine. Oh man. Ugh.
Actually, hold.
So yeah, so whilst Sado is kind of like finishing off his deck, I am going to say, I've mentioned it on the Facebook post, and I think I have mentioned it before on stream. But from now on, whilst we are playing through a campaign on our stream, I am going to either the Sunday or the Monday after be posting up on our Facebook page a story of what has happened. So it's not going to be just like the campaign log. It's not going to just be, like it's telling us what to write. It's going to be what has happened during the gameplay. So it's not going to be something that's going to stand on its own. It's going to be something that will accompany this. And it's just a way of our campaign log and that to be kind of like side by side. So the campaign guide will give us like that story, then my story will kind of like say what has happened in between, and the campaign log will be after the scenario sort of thing. So it's going to kind of like it's kind of like going to be like a bit of a presentation of what we've gone through the scenarios themselves. So I'm like I say, I'm going to be posting that up on our Facebook page. I'm not really going to post it up anywhere else. I'm not going to be posting it up in the Discord or anything. It's going to be up on our Facebook page, and that is where it's going to be living. So if you're interested in how this is how it's going to turn out, then for our Facebook page, it's Pixel Pack Gaming Group. We've not managed to do too much with it yet. It's still kind of like still being developed. Our art designer is still making our logo and everything for us. They've just run into a couple of problems with a few certain things. So, but once they've done that, it will be up there. Just to kind of like make it an actual thing. So yeah.
All right.
So that's something that's going to be kind of interesting. So yeah. So we'll get to our random basic weaknesses in a moment. So Mark, are you able to speak at the moment, or shall we come back to you?
Oh, depends. Can you hear her?
A little bit, but we normally can when he starts talking anyway.
So, my deck's mostly about getting close and finding ways to not get attacked while I get close. That way I can mostly evade enemies and still progress the game. It's like it has eavesdrop, also has followed. It's plenty of like just cards to actually get close. Don't know if that makes sense. I actually not really good at presenting stuff either, sorry.
Don't
No,
worry.
it's fine. Like, one thing I was kind of mainly looking for, is breaking and entering. Breaking and entering really deals with your shadow instance just beautifully. So, but yeah, I've also noticed Cacophonic Cipher. I can't believe I've never actually. Oh, can I make a suggestion? Lockpicks. Have you considered your Lord and Saviour lockpicks twist? I thought spies never left home without them.
Wow. Where are the good old lockpick with the Ah, they are lockpicks.
So other than that, like, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how it plays out. Like Leo DeLuca,
Let's give this a scan.
yeah, Leo DeLuca is the only ally. Pretty much really the only one going to be needing. Yeah.
Followed. Oh yeah, follow now, damn. See that card often.
Followed is really useful.
Oh yeah, especially for Trish.
Had to send the door. Have you considered your Lord and Saviour lockpicks?
I thought about it, but I just think that I don't actually need them. I think I can just get through with all them.
What, you don't want to investigate at an 8?
I mean, it is overkill. I mean, it's not bad.
It's up to you.
I just think it's overkill.
It's up to you. So, but yeah, no, like, that's going to be quite something to look forward to seeing. So, Sado.
Okay, well, the first thing that I'm kind of seeing is actually the deck is not that expensive, which is kind of good. But I'm also, because I'm gonna be always drawing some cards, I considered a lot of kind of like skill cards I could commit. I definitely kind of need to look into like potentially expanding the deck and get like prepared cards.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
right.
I'm also thinking about more hand slots eventually. Critical more.
There's not really that many ways
That
for a Seeker to demo hand slots.
Yeah, that's why I was literally got Arcane Enlightenment, but I'm also thinking about their Killer Glyph, so it's like kind of like thinking about
Just
if I
use one
wanna.
at a time.
The glyphs at the start is fine, but then as soon as it becomes a spell, it's a bit different story.
Hmm.
The character gets are nice because quickly going through the deck, investigating, get money. Logical reasoning, some healing, some nauseous power. It's always nice. Shortcuts to get you guys around. Magnifying glass, one just because why not?
Yeah.
They actually don't even need magnifying glass that much. No real reason for it. But then again, I'm not really sure what the hell else to put in.
Yeah, like Amanda is definitely like one of the
I
is
want
definitely
experience,
like
plus.
the funky investigator for this month. Awesome. It's
But I'll definitely,
but
yeah,
I
I'm definitely
think
looking into.
I think like most of the other interesting practice skills we'll see will be the upgraded, won't they?
Probably. Like, currently, the biggest one is like promise of power and, of course, deductions.
Hmm.
Of course, I've grabbed Rapture to potentially help my glyphs, and then eventually, when glyphs get upgraded, to give charges to them.
Yeah.
Eventually, because I'm also considering to go like secrets, I want to get like the onyxes going. To potentially where is it? Yeah, Dependent of the Queen eventually.
Oh yeah, yeah, spending
Yeah,
uses
charges and
yeah.
secrets. Yeah, charges and secrets. That's basically what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, because the Arding's twine. Spend uses secrets. Ardine twine. Chances. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
It's definitely to consider.
You do draw enough for it anyway to like break it and then get it back pretty simply.
Oh yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking, because I'm gonna be like drawing machine eventually, because technically I'm getting 2 cards a turn, and I always can only see one, so it's like shuffling quite quickly.
Hmm.
My weakness is I don't think it's gonna be a big deal too much, because if I believe correctly, hold on a second. Double check my weakness real quick.
It subtracts 1 to your value.
For the first test or for entire round?
When it's committed. Like when you have to choose a card to place
You must choose
underneath
it,
you, you
yeah.
have to choose that one.
Yeah. So it's not the end of the world.
So if you manage to draw it beforehand, you can commit it and then boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Because I have like the bigger ones, like Promise of Power, to just go around it, which is interesting because it's technically stronger than my actual obscure studies
Hmm. Okay.
when it comes to committing. We'll definitely see how this works out, but yeah.
Yeah, so then my deck, the Silas boy here. I've only got these assets.
Oh boy, that's all the assets.
That is all my assets, not including my signatures. And then these are my events that I'm gonna be taking with me.
Valays, Improbaria, yep, the class.
And then that is all my skills.
Silence! I can't believe you. That's all you need to do. You just need some boot and a backpack. You don't even need clothes.
Well, my backpack is to get my items out. Because like my neck and my harpoon are really the only things in my hand I ever bloody need.
Item or supply.
So the drawing thing is just to kind of like help me get the money that I need to keep playing out my 2 assets here. Because once tracksuits are down, once Peter is down, they shouldn't really be going anywhere. Waylay is just in case we've got any like, you know, big bloody fuck off things that aren't elite. We can just tell him to piss the hell off. So but yeah, like
Okay then.
yeah, like
Beautiful.
you know the skills are kind of what you expect. I've got 2 quick thinkings and 2 defiances. To kind of like help me with my willpower, 2 steadfast and say your prayers. I've only got 1 say your prayers.
Okay, yeah.
So like if I've taken like 2 horror, then say your prayers becomes
Viable
useful.
option.
Yeah. And then there is a like not without your fight, which you can see on the top there. Just increase will, in case I'm engaged with an enemy and have to do it. So,
Yeah. And yeah, eventually, if you have pizza out, you can just give horror to him while keeping 2 horror on yourself, and you can easily play your like single
yeah,
prayers.
yeah. Say your prayers is just a it's my emergency card. So
For a while.
it could be the fact that like Peter I just take 1 horror all the time, and that is literally it. And then say your prayers becomes dead. But I'd rather have it just to kind of like help, because steadfast could become can that still become useful as well. But just in case I've not got my steadfast, so they're both in the discard pile, and say your prayers is just like now as a backup, just to kind of like help.
You definitely start with like a lot of interesting stuff, like your nautical prowess, of course, and your items, but you also start with weaknesses. So it's definitely quite interesting.
Yeah, like I am having like everything. So it's like say like this is still a skill card.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 2 extra skill cards which help with Sea Chain's Harpoon, because like like I commit Sea Chain's Harpoon. That is a skill card. Like use Sea Chain's Harpoon, commit Dreams of the Deep. I still deal an extra damage because it is a skill card.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
Indeed.
if you commit 1 or more skills to this skill test, this attack deals +1 damage. So like my weakness can help me.
In a way, yeah. So
it would just be unfortunate if I have to pay 2 resources for it as well.
That's cool.
So, but
Well,
like, like I'm a survivor,
yeah.
like resources aren't gonna be too much of an issue. Like I should be fine with just like, because I've got 1 take card and the drawing thing, so just really getting the
Yeah,
resources.
like hold on a second.
So
Your deck I feel is really cheap.
I've got no live and learn. I've got no take hard. I don't have anything like that because I don't really need it.
Your deck is, yeah, like you have like a lot of expensive assets, but then you don't really have anything else. So your deck is actually kind of cheap in a way.
Yeah, because like most of it is just literally skill cards.
Mm-hmm.
So because that's what Silas loves to do. So, but yeah, so now we all just need a basic weakness.
Oh boy, the way to screw us over.
So, everyone ready? I'm going to deal
Nope.
out in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Anybody has hidden? Just in case you just get people.
Nah, mine's not hidden.
Not too bad.
It's reckless.
Okay, so you're reckless trash.
Not too
Well,
bad.
I don't know, guys, what I summoned, but I summoned my worst nightmare, which is actually
An enemy for me to kill.
basically I kind of
An enemy for Twist to play around with.
Yeah, it's nice.
Basically, in a way, yeah.
It doesn't attack me. I can just get free clues.
Yeah, the only thing is it will still move off towards Amanda.
Yeah, because so he's always gonna. Well, it's always gonna be after me. So that means it's even if it's engaged, can you want to attack you, or it's always gonna be after me?
If it's engaged to Triss, then yes, it will attack its normal.
Yeah, it would
The
attack
way
normal,
this
yes.
kind of works, the way the only keyword works, is basically it will ignore everyone, except for you, as long as you're playing like single player.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is also one other interesting fact. Because it isn't aloof, anyone can still hit it. So
While
even
it's
if
walking
it's
past.
unengaged, and say like I'm there with it, it's unengaged to me because it won't automatically engage to me because of the only keyword, I can still hit it.
There's two interesting things right now because it's not like the hardest enemy to kill, but it's annoying enemy to kill in a way. And also I'm gonna be probably chopping it quite quickly because of how. Tuck.
I have developed the
Oh
feel
yeah,
of
what's
time.
your thing? Oh, you're a sailor. What do you mean chronophobia?
This is gonna hurt me.
Yeah, take on a direct horror. This is definitely gonna hurt you.
Yep, I am so glad I've got Peter. Like, chronophobia won't help. Well, Peter won't help with chronophobia, but he will help with additional horror. But that is definitely gonna hurt me.
Yeah, that's gotta. Fudge. Okay, well.
Right. So, yeah, so that's our decks. We're not gonna end yet. Because Terran has given me a document. He's given me it's not, he said it's not fully complete. He's still working a bit on it. But I am going to read out the document. What the document is. Now, we've said this a little bit before. After Innsmouth is done, we won't just be doing a random campaign and just playing through that campaign as an entirety. We are going to be using Terran's thing. Why can't I? There we go. We are going to be using Terran's randomized app. Terran has recently as well got into contact with me and has given me a PDF of the of what he's done so far for a thing. If you two want to, like, get your settle backs going, I'm going to change the screen to so display cap, so I'm just going to double check I've not got anything that shouldn't be up on screen. I'm gonna take mod view to the monitor. Karen, I'm assuming I can show this off on stream. I'm just gonna double check. Like, are you okay with me showing this off on stream? It's the documentation that you sent to me. So we're just gonna double check that he's okay with me showing this off, because, like I say, he said that he's sent it to me. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Right. So I don't know if you both want to look at the stream as well, guys. But this is the documentation he sent me. Like he said, he's still working on it. I don't know how clear that is, like, come up. Okay, it's not too bad. Cool. So, because I think what we can need to do is also we need to show off the picture of the app itself as well. So this is the picture of the app. Now at the moment, that doesn't really make too much sense. So like this is how the app is going to be done. So like the allowed content etc, which is all of the campaigns, and also there's Alice in Wonderland as well in there as well. That's old. Let me send you a newer screenshot. Oh, got it. Okay. And that's an old. So Tone's gonna send me a new one. So, but yeah, this is what the app is going. This is what the app that we're going to be using. So Taryn said that it will be out for public release once Innsmouth is released. So that will be in a couple of months' time. That'll be like, so probably about mid-April is when the app is going to be finished. And Taryn has allowed us to use this app for our streams, and that is what we're going to be doing after Innsmouth. So once he sent me whilst Tony is sending me a new screenshot, we'll go through the PDF together. So with the PDF, it's giving us the it's basically telling us what the app has done. So at the moment it's like chaos bag, the chaos bag, which is the random chaos bag. We've got the screenshot. Here we are. Open original. Right. So yeah, he's even added in all the side scenarios as well. So the random chaos bag. So set your chaos bag based on the first scenario. You only make alterations till the bag is specified during scenario. So this is just basically the general notes. Okay, yeah, it does say general notes there. I've messed up a bit. So if you draw a token not on the scenario reference card, treat it as a reveal another token. The scenario order. For default settings, the first scenario you get will be one of the first scenarios of the allowed campaigns. For example, you could get the Gathering or the House Always Wins as the first scenario, but not the Miskatonic Museum. Scenarios will appear on or after their normal positions in the campaign. For example, Blood on the Altar will be scenario 5 at the earliest. Finale scenarios, the Devouring below, Lost in Time and Space, will only be the final scenario of the campaign. Interludes. If a scenario is followed by an interlude, proceed through that interlude as normal, unless that interlude requires multiple scenarios. For example, the Untamed Wilds, you will always proceed through Restless Nights. However, if you play The House Always Wins, you would not proceed through Armitage Fate until you also play Extracurricular Activity. And that is also kind of stated in the resolutions anyway. But it's just kind of adding on to the fact that, the interludes will be normal interludes. So the campaign logs, the randomizer will create a randomized campaign log for each campaign in the allowed content. You replace the randomized results for each scenario you play as you go. If a scenario refers to any campaign log entries, refer to all entries in that campaign's log before your current scenario. For example, if you're playing the Phantom of Truth, you would add up Conviction down from the first 4 scenarios entries to determine which was higher. So basically, it's going to kind of give us a bit of a randomized result if we need to use results from the normal kind of like campaign. It's obviously, well, it wouldn't be a normal campaign that we're doing, so it's kind of like giving us that kind of like extra randomness behind it. Use your best judgment on weird situations that may come up as a result of randomized play. For example, should you really add horror to locations during Act 1 of Curtain Call because you have tablets in the bag? Probably not, but go for it if you want to. Now, this is where it's going to kind of like really be a bit interesting, because obviously in some scenarios you won't get, it will give us the token will have actually in use, but it won't actually be in the bag until later on in the actual scenario itself. So it's going to be quite interesting in how it's going to be done, and I think we will kind of like this talk about it probably about 10 minutes, because each time we're going to be in, we'll join about 10 minutes early and kind of like see what scenario we've got, and we'll kind of like discuss it beforehand, and then we'll kind of like say what we've kind of what we've thought and what we're going to do for that. There is an investigator pool as well. Now, this is something I'm going to completely skip over, because we have our randomized, we have our bag of all the investigators anyway. We're not going to be changing that. So, and that is literally all of them. The prologue supplies as well will be randomized for stuff as well. And then Circle Undone prologue investigators again. So it will generate independent entries for each of the prologue investigators. If you are including Circle Undone and not playing with four players, decide ahead of time which of those investigators apply for your one. So I think that means, now correct me if I'm wrong, Terran, I think that means it's just going to make a randomized thing for the prologue investigators, so you're not going to play the prologue for Circle Undone. Yeah. So, yeah. Which is fair enough. So, because you only really want to do the prologue for Circle Undone if you are playing the Circle Undone as a full campaign. We'll only be hopping in and out of different things. So, randomizer mode. So the first mode we see here, which is highlighted, is the campaign mode. So campaign mode creates a linear campaign of specified length from among all scenarios in the allowed content, which is fair enough. I actually might be able to do this a little bit better. Okay, maybe not. So then the scavenger hunt, which is over here, just because it wants to be, but it's going to be the one to discuss next. Inspired by various video game randomizers where you have to find certain key items in order to access the final boss. You start with a small amount of XP and play any finale scenarios in any order. Random chaos bag and random story rewards are both mandatory for this mode. The app will generate a checklist of what story assets you need to unlock each finale scenario. So it's going to give us, so as it says, it's key items. So I imagine it's things that will be, so like the silver key from like Path to Corsair, Path to Carcosa. And things like that. And once we get those items, you're able to proceed into the thing. So scavenger hunt mode, I definitely does require. Right, you might need to find the silver key and Dr. Armitage to unlock Saturday on Netflix. Yeah. So it requires a bit of a knowledge of where, not only where those things are, but also how you obtain them. Because for a few certain things, you have to do something very specific in the campaign. So if we do scavenger hunt, we will definitely have to just research a little bit into it, beforehand and then go from there. There are also randomised rewards, so there won't be in a normal locations. Well, yeah, if I was going to get to that, Terran, like you've put all the settings down below, you put the things. Right, so adventure mode, similar to campaign mode, except that your resolution in the given scenario will determine which scenario you go to next. In the gathering, for example, burning down your house may lead to the last king, while refusing may lead to the doom of Exile. I think this is the one thing I don't really think we're gonna bother too much with campaign mode. Campaign mode, I think, is going to be a little bit too vanilla for us. We like things to be a bit random. Now, when Terran first said to me about a randomized app, what is described here in advanced mode is the exact thing I was hoping for. It kind of like really jumping about and leading to different kind of like things. So, there's the settings as well. So, like you've got like the difficulty options. Now, a couple of them seem, you know, pretty self-explanatory. But allow nonsense? What's exactly meant by early failure? Random XP multiplier? What is the XP multiplier going to be? Are we going to be super boned or super lucky? Who knows? So, but this is what we're going to be discussing now. So, campaign length, which is, you know, here. So 4, 6, 8, Iron Man Extreme. Applies to the campaign and adventure mode. And it just basically tells you how long it's going to be. Iron Man can be 8 to 10. Iron Man Extreme is guaranteed to be at least 8, but we'll just keep adding scenarios until it randomly hits the finale. I think we'll mainly be doing 8. 4 and 6 will definitely be too sore for us. My last Extreme was 21 scenarios. Jesus Christ. We'll definitely most commonly be doing 8. We might go for an Iron Man. We might go for an Iron Man Extreme. But only if we are kind of like feeling up for it. So difficulty applies to all modes. For Scavenger Hunt, how many key story assets are needed to unlock? 2 out of 4 on easy. I think that's meant to say 4 out of 4 on expert, not 3 out of 3. I think that is a little bit of a typo. Because otherwise that makes no sense. 2 out of 4 on easy, okay. Oh, no, hold on. 3 out, it'll give you 3 and you have to get all 3, whereas you'll get 4, okay. Never mind. My head is not thinking straight. I do apologise, Terran. And unless it is still going to be 4, or who knows. No, it's 3 out of 3. Standard, hard, or 2 out of 3. Okay. It's just the way it was kind of like, so that does like 2 out of 4 on easy / standard, hard / expert, 3 out of 3. Okay. The resolution death, self-explanatory. You can die in a resolution. Untick if you don't want that. I think we'll definitely keep that on. Like, you know. Are you afraid of death, guys?
Well,
Yeah.
even I take Kieran's elbow, but each time, I don't think I am.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, firstly, you're just gonna go double.
Well, this is
I
after
don't-
Innsmouth, remember. It's just basically, there's a couple of resolutions that if you either fail or don't do as well, it will just be like, yep, you're fucked, you're dead. Game over. Unchecked, it will basically not include those resolutions. The gathering will kill you. Yeah, gathering kills you as well if you don't get to Act 3 in time. Early failure again gives a final resolution, final end game if you don't do well enough. So because like City of Archives, actually a really good example that we've just recently done as well. The one before the last scenario in Dunwich, you either manage to do it or the campaign ends. Which is pretty hilarious. So early difficulty, it will basically. So as it was explained, that the first scenario will always be the first scenario, the finale scenario will always be the finale scenario, and then each campaign, each scenario is in its own space and will only be ever in that space. That is kind of like cancelled off, especially if you combine it with random chaos bag. Any non-finale scenario can be first. This is the thing I was looking for. Most fucking definitely. There is no way we will never play without allow early difficulty. Allow early difficulty is going to be our bread and butter. We will always have that check. That is going to be set in bloody stone. As well with random chaos bag. And we'll find out in a moment what random chaos bag is. Get City of Archives early and be stuck as Scythians. Yeah. Exactly. Like, this is the sort of chaos I kind of want. That we kind of want. It's going to be beautiful. So, nonsense. So, some scenarios were never meant to be played as part of a campaign with a normal investigator on their decks, such as Labyrinths of Lunacy and Disappearance at Twilight Estate. If checked, these will be added to the pool, and any nonsensical investigators will be available in the random investigator pools, such as the Barker Investigators and Body of the Yithian. If you do choose Body of the Yithian, use another character in the pool to use Deckbuilding. Now, the allow nonsense bit, we just, as I've said before with the investigators, we've got the random pool beforehand anyway. With this, I might actually include the Barkham Investigators. I won't include them in for the first two, I will say. The first two of these we do. But afterwards, I will include the Barkham Investigators. I know I've said that, I wouldn't. But this is going to be something a bit different. So we're going to allow nonsense. We'll discuss a bit beforehand. Because it will give us a few different types of things. So random chaos bag. Instead of using the chaos bag from your first scenario setup, the randomizer will create one for you based on the difficulty setting. Difficulty will determine what the worst numeric value in the bag will be, as well as providing a chance for either an extra Elder Sign or Tentacles token. If you combine this with allow early difficulty, any non-finale scenario can be first. I think we do want to, I think again, we are definitely going to do a random chaos bag. For us, that's just fine. Wouldn't you agree, guys? Random chaos bag doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, I think we'll mainly be playing on standard. So most standard, the highest is either -4 or -5 for Forgotten Aims to begin with. So the worst numeric value will be -4, -5, depending on how Terran has scripted it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's giving it a chance for -5 to be in there for standard because of Forgotten Aims. It's fine. We can handle it. Random ultimatums. If checked, 1 to 3 ultimatums will be selected for you to apply to your campaign. Now, I don't know if we're going to do this or not. We probably won't for the first one. Definitely not for the first one, because we'll be getting used to it. And adding in the ultimatums to begin with will be a little bit of an thing. One thing I do want to ask, Terran, is when the ultimatums first came in, victory points weren't assigned. It was only kind of like added in. I don't think it was ever designed to be a I've obviously not got all the physical hard copies of Arkham LCG. But is the ultimatums also going to include a victory or not? Or is it just designed there to give it a bit of an extra difficulty on top? So that will kind of like sway it a little bit. Random story rewards. If checked, for each potential story asset you can be awarded in the scenario, a random replacement story asset will be selected. This will only take effect during the resolutions when the asset would be added to your deck. For example, you'll still put Lita Chandler in the parlour during the gathering, but if you do burn down your house, instead of adding her to your deck, you'll add the randomised replacement instead. Instead of helping you find the ghouls, I'm sending my friend the catcher with you. So, random story assets, you know. Burning down the house and you get an expedition journal.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what?
take my book.
Like, this makes sense, but sure. Or the
Oh god.
something else really completely bonkers and stupid.
Wait, Curse of Ragaru. Wait, the assets. It has to be a story asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. The Necronomicon.
And yeah, ultimatums have no victory point. They last for the whole campaign. But you can always add victory point to them if you'd like. So Terran's giving us anything. Oh my god. Terran got a random Kapos of the Abyss from Lita. If people don't know what Kapos of the Abyss is, it's from a side scenario. It's the one I've actually got. It's a basically two-handed fuck-off sword. You kill someone with it, you can exhaust it to go and teleport to someone and engage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's just nice.
Yeah. So having that really early, and like the normal way to deck the Kapos as well is so fucking insane. To get it randomly, it's just like, hell yeah.
Oh.
And then the random XP multiplier. If checked, each scenario in the campaign will have a randomized XP multiplier assigned to it. All victory points / XP, including those on enemies, locations, player card, resolutions, and interludes, should be totaled and then multiplied by that value to determine how much XP you actually receive from the scenario. Possible multipliers are, so we'll do it in the reverse order. So times 2, times 1.5, rounded up, times 1, times 0.5, so half, rounded down, and then times 0. The odds of each value is determined by the difficulty setting. So if you're going hard, if you go an extreme, getting times 0 I think will be a bit more common. Then doing it at easy, where times 0 will be very, very rare. So for us playing standard, we could do a random XP multiplier. I don't think we'll get times 0 too often. I think 1 or 2 scenarios we will. But I don't think we'll see it too often. I think more commonly we'll get annoyed by the XP being sliced in half. But yeah, so those are the things there. And like I said, like Terran has said to me when he sent me this, it isn't fully complete yet. He's even adding in an extra mode. He's working on an extra mode to be added as well. There's a couple of things he wants to polish up with, a couple of things as well. I remember him saying. So, but yeah, he did say it should be out for, like, it's for general public release, right, Kevin? General public release, which means anyone can use it, anyone can download it, etc. Yeah. So, and he's giving us permission to use it for our streams as well. And I think he's kind of looking forward to us using it. There is also a fan-created scenario of Alice in Wonderland, which he's also got very kind permission from the creator of that to be included into the selection of like the random campaigns. I've also got in contact with the creator of Alice in Wonderland campaign as well, just to kind of see if he'll be okay with. I've kind of explained what we'll be doing after Innsmouth, saying, you know, we'll be using Kevin's randomized app. Are you okay with us using your campaign in there as well for stream purposes? And he's given us permission as well. So we could actually see some Alice in Wonderland mayhem going off. Like, now, one thing I am going to ask Terran. Is it possible to have a finale scenario? Is the finale scenario always going to be at the end? Because it'd be really hilarious. Yeah, finales are always the last scenario and cannot be earlier. That's fine. Kind of makes sense, to be honest, because each finale is generally going up against like a great old one anyway. But it could be the fact that we're fighting off the broods of Yogg and then going off for a tea party with the Hatter and the Hare. So, like, this is something that I'm really looking forward to. The amount of mayhem that we can cause, we definitely are going to have the settings so that early difficulty is going to be absolutely bloody hilarious, purely because of the fact that it can be a random. It's basically anything in the middle goes. Anything in the middle is just gonna go. That is just gonna be absolutely bloody hilarious. I think you guys can agree on that, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we kind of like imagined from the very beginning when I first got shown this and when you guys first got shown this. So I think that is something we kind of like joked about as well. Oh, my mouse has died. But yeah, so like I say, and we're going to be starting that after Innsmouth. So next week we are going to be starting the Innsmouth campaign, but we're not going to be starting with the first scenario from the Innsmouth. So, and the reason for it is, I don't know if I've said it at the beginning of the stream or not, but the reason for this is it took a couple of weeks for the creator of the mod to actually bring in the latest scenario for Innsmouth. So we kind of want a little bit of breathing room to be able to have a scenario put onto Tabletop Simulator and not worry about towards where the end is. So I mean, if we have a look at it now, we've got up to Light in the Fog, and there's 2 more scenarios that need to come out before it's complete. So next week we actually are gonna use the decks that you've seen us being created, but we are going to be playing Terran's scenario of Misotonic Mounts. So, and I've actually talked to Terran as well, just because, like I said, from next week I am going to making the story along with it. I'm also going to add a little bit onto the intro as well for Misotonic Mouse. Terran has given me a little bit of an idea of what the intro to Misotonic Mouse is, so that I can then adapt it into a proper story for our purposes. So, but yeah. So, is there anything you two want to say, you two want to ask?
I mean, not really. I think you kind of explained everything and said everything.
So, like that was kind of like the purpose for this week anyway. I kind of wanted to. I knew that we'd have the time, and I thought, you know, we can just do this big full explanation, and then when we first come to use it, I will just literally give a bit of a brief explanation of what it is, and use this as a bit of a standard of saying, you know, went through it all, etc., and feel free to like go back to it, etc. But yeah, when we first play, I am going to explain all the settings that we'll use, and then I can also share my screen like this, because I think Terran said it creates like a Word document. So when the Word document is created, I would literally pull it up on the screen so that people at home can read it as well. So, but yeah, and that is the plan of action for after Innsmouth. So that will be in about 9 to 10 weeks time. So because we've also have got a side mission in mind towards the end of the Innsmouth, if there isn't a thing. Right now it creates a series of text files. My plan is to add an option, have it create a TTS saved object instead / also. That would be really useful, yeah. That would definitely be really useful, because then Shadow, Mark, and Iron will be able to look at the thing, look at the randomized stuff a bit easier as well. And then I don't have to worry about display capture. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week. Like,
Yeah.
so like, are people excited for Innsmouth Conspiracy next week?
Yay! It's gonna be the mouse. That's the whole thing.
First stop off to Disneyland.
But firstly, we go to Disneyland.
A nice quiet trip to Disneyland before we go off to Innsmouth. It's on the way,
Yeah.
honestly. Like from Arkham to Innsmouth, Disneyland is just a quick stop off on the way.
I mean, we had to visit, right?
It'd be rude not to.
Look, the psychotic mouse is what ruined our childhood. That's why we're doing Innsmouth Conspiracy.
But no, if people enjoyed and are looking forward to the content, etc., then give both me and Sado a follow. We're the only 2 out of the 4 that stream. And yeah, we do this every Saturday at 7 PM GMT, so that is the time and place that you'll be seeing this. Like I say, go follow the Facebook page. You'll definitely the stories will be coming out either the Sunday or the Monday afterwards. And join the Discord channel. You get notified when any member of the Pixel Pack goes live, not just me or Sado, but like Sky also. I think that's the only other member of the Pixel Pack that streams at the moment. Rexit does from time to time. And you'll also get a chance to chat with us and tell us, you know, how bad we are.
That's the most important part.
Yeah. But yeah, until then, goodbye and good luck.
Bye, boys.
Bye.